Thanksgiving's 9 months away, and it's time to talk turkey. Welcome back to another episode of Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and today we're talking about turkey. And not just any turkey, my personal favorite of the turkey lineup is Russell's 13. Now, this is a Russell's 13 batch 5. I was just able to secure this bottle via a trade. So super excited to have this bottle on the bar today to be able to bring you guys a review. I do also have the batch 2 that I did save a sample of. So we're going to determine, is batch 5 better than batch 2? I don't know. Never tried them both side by side. I do also have batch 3 and 4. So eventually we're going to be able to do the whole lineup. Still trying to track down a Russell's Reserve 13 batch 1. So if anybody out there knows what one of those is, that's the bottle that I need to get my hands on eventually. Hopefully. I don't know. Very difficult to find. There weren't as many of those made as all the other batches, so I don't know if I'll ever get one. But anyways, you never know. You look hard enough, you just might find it. Anyways, guys, so this Russell's Reserve 13 year, it is age dated, 13 years old. The mash bill on this is 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. There were 2 releases in 2013, one in March, one in May, and then there were 2 releases in 2022, and then I think batch 1 was 2021. So these bottles are absolutely spectacular. The MSRPs have been creeping up. I think they started out around like 75. Now batch 5 is right at $1.50. So MSRP's doubled in about a year and a half. So, but since Campari took over Wild Turkey, that's kind of been the trend for all turkey limited release. And we're back. So decided to go ahead and pour up a little of the Wild Turkey 1-in-1 12 year just as kind of a warm up, just to see. And I don't know if you can tell, this is my dad's golf week last place. Glencairn. Do play golf. Clearly not good at it. But hey, got a Glencairn for coming in last. So maybe I didn't lose after all. Anyways, so want to go ahead, just do a quick little taste here. Man. Yeah, I mean, like that cherry sweetness that you get off of this definitely isn't found in that regular, Wild Turkey. It's a completely different beast. Where this thing is a little bit more like nutty, funky, with like a little bit of like that caramelly spice there. This one to me is way more like Luxardo cherry, syrupy. You are picking up a little bit of like that oak there. Like it's shining through. Like the nose kind of like smells like it's got a bunch of sweet oak. Like sweet oak is definitely the full aroma here. And it's also very sweet with a little bit of cinnamon. God damn. Yeah. So I mean, again, this bottle is a European only release, but they are really popping up a lot of places online for in that like $150 mark. I was able to pick this one up from the Neat Bottle Shop over in Louisville. I'm going there next month. Hopefully I can pick up another one of these. I think I paid around like $130-ish for this there. It's been 11 months, so not exactly sure, but the 130, it was in that range. So being able to buy one of these offline for $1.50, where the MSRP of this is $1.50, which is incredibly difficult to find. Most places want that $250 to $400 for these. I think anytime I see this bottle at $200 for me, this is like one of my favorites that I've ever had. So $200 or less, boom, gone. Doesn't matter how many of them I have. And then if it's $225, I don't know, I might buy that one too. And if it's $250, I don't know, depends. I'd probably get in trouble, but I might buy that one too. I don't know. I just am a huge fan of this bottle. Anyways, sorry for rambling there. Anyways, on to the main show, the Russell's 13. Man. Yeah, I mean, that is just amped up. Yeah, I mean, it's very, they're very similar, but like, this explodes. Like, this is a very good nose. Very dense, but again, 101 proof. This is 114.8. So this one is just, I mean, like, explodes out of the glass. And like, that oak is intense. It's just, yeah, I've said it so many times, like, the sweet oak is like my jam, and it is all over this nose. Get a lot of sweetness there too. It's more like a brown sugary spice. Not nearly as, is that a, I thought I got like a hint of a nut there for a second, which is, not foreign to Wild Turkey products, but something that I'm not used to getting on 13s. Yeah. It's that funk that I was kind of trying to describe. It's like a wet nut shell, like a wet peanut shell. It's not necessarily like nutty, but like it has the the aroma. It's like that dank like wet rick house, and some people might call it like a dewy grass or something like that. Anyways, also, I mean, again, just you could go for days with this thing. I mean, this nose is just lights out. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the palate. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, that is just, to me, it's like right off the bat, it's like everything that I look for. It's like kind of like peppery, spicy there on the tongue, which I love, which is a lot of that like sweet oak spice. You're hit right up front with just like, if you could, hear me out on this, if you could take, like a creme brulee, if you could creme brulee like sugar crust, like a rich, like charred oak tree, and then if you put inside it, like one of those Luxardo cherries, like packed full of syrup, and you like crunched through the exterior of like that sugar candy crush of like that deep, rich oak, and then you bit into like that gushy Luxardo cherry. That's like, to me, and then you had one of those, like the 80% like cacao, like dark chocolate bars. You have one of those, just a, kind of, you like you pair stuff with dark chocolate sometimes. So like, you have that as kind of like the finish. That is, boom, done. Review over. I'm just kidding. Damn. Again, like, speaking to like the viscosity, like, it's very oily. Like, I can like feel it, coating the tongue. Like, it just like, immediately coats the entire palate, and it is really just stays there. You're getting like a nice Kentucky hug coming down. The finish is decently long, in my opinion. Like, the flavors really stick with you. Like, I'm definitely still tasting that oak, and I go, yeah, I can still get all like those cherry notes, a little bit of like that vanilla spice there in the middle, like that cinnamon, vanilla, like pepper spice combination that you can get. Yeah, I mean, to me, this is just kind of like everything that right now hits home for my palate. Anyways, let's go ahead and move this over, and let's see the batch 2. Don't need very much of it. I do want to save this thing. These glasses might not be the best for the tiny pours. Dang. Make sure. Wow, this batch 2 is like, the nose is, and there is less in this glass than the batch 5. But yeah, the oak is even more pronounced. I mean, it's almost like a little bit more like caramelly vanilla now on the 5. Like, every note that I was originally getting on the nose for batch 5 is all coming through in folds for like on the nose. And now, like, coming back, the batch 5 just smells a little faint. That is wild. Yeah, the oak is even deeper, darker, and richer, and like that cherry note is there as well. Yeah, it's weird. Like the spiciness is coming out a lot more on 5 now. That's wild. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the palate and see if there are any differences. Cheers. This is the batch 2. Dang. Whoa. Wow. That is oak. That is way more oak than and like I was saying how much like I love the sweet oak on this. Wow. That is like so much like dark chocolate, like thick, rich dark chocolate, and covered in all that sweet oak. It is still very, very sweet, like sugary sweet. Yeah, there's less cherry, but the oak is like to 10. I mean, like batch 2's oak. That is unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, they're both spectacular. I just think they're like, you can definitely tell they're brothers, but you know, one just has like longer hair than the other. So like they're both amazing. It just kind of like depends on like what you're looking for. Like if you can get a batch 2 and like you're the deep, rich, sweet oak guy, like you know, is like my jam. Like this, like batch 2 might be for you, but if you're looking for a little more like evenly distributed flavors across the spectrum, you like that sweet oak, you want a little bit more of that cherry sweetness with a lot of vanilla. It's not quite as spicy, you know, it's like that oak cinnamon spice that I was getting a lot in batch 2, then maybe batch 5 is for you. I mean, I'm still getting the cherry sweetness in the batch 2, but I just thought it was amped up a little bit more in the batch 5. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this comparison today. They're both spectacular. If you can get your hand on any Russell's 13 at retail, I think you hit a home run for the day. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of this review? Do you agree that the Wild Turkey 12-Year 101 is a mini Russell's 13? Have you done this comparison? Like, what do you think about, batch 2 versus batch 5? Does anybody have a preference? Does anybody, like batch 5 more, like batch 2 more? What do y'all think about the pours in this video today? Please let me know in the comments down below. As always, guys, this is Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and pop the bottles and share the pours, and we'll see you in the next one.